Bro, this is what I looked like just a few years ago. I was very weak, very feminine, very emasculated, and I was basically what you would call a typical soy boy. And now this is what I look like today. So how did I make that change? How did I go from being a typical soy boy, weak, feminine male to who I am right now, to who I am today? Honestly, bro, the number one thing that led me to making this change was my mindset. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's very generic, that sounds very vague, but it's the truth. But don't click off this video just yet, because I will tell you what I did step by step. For me, it really all started with NoFap. The very first thing I did on self-improvement, before I even realised what self-improvement was quit porn. Stop watching porn. I got onto NoFap. This was literally the very first thing I did before I got in the gym, before I even, knew what self-improvement was, before I stopped playing video games, before I started looks maxing. I really don't actually know what specifically led me to doing this, but I think it was just watching, videos on YouTube. I had recommended videos coming up for some reason or other, telling me to get onto NoFap. And I watched those videos. I started listening to people talking about this, which ultimately led me to watching self-improvement content. The first few, self-improvement YouTubers that I watched were really more tailored towards the red pill. It was a lot more red pill based and content revolving around women, which led me to then getting into the gym, because these guys were really promoting the gym and your physique. So in October of 2020, I quit porn and I started to work out. I started to get into the gym and I saw some pretty good results, bro, in like 3 months. And then in the UK, a lockdown hit. I got COVID, I was out of the gym for 4 months because they were closed. I lost all my gains, but then I went straight back into it. As soon as the gyms opened, bro, April 12th, I can still remember the date, 2021, I was straight back in the gym. And I've been consistent ever since that day. I then started to stumble across more self-improvement based content, watching the likes of First Man and Hamza. At this point, I'm still playing video games, I'm still smoking weed. My mental health wasn't great, it's better than it was, but it's still not as good as it could be. And I was really just focused on the gym at this point. The only thing I really cared about was just building a better physique. But the back end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, I quit weed. Very early in January this year, I quit smoking weed. Bro, I was smoking weed like almost every day. And that had a massive impact on my mindset. It destroyed my mindset. It made me weak, lazy. I had no ambition. I was paranoid, anxious. I was scared of my own shadow, bro. I was still very weak. And I'm not saying weed will do this to everyone, but it definitely did it to me. It probably wasn't the only factor, but it really didn't help. Eventually I started to cut down playing video games. And the funny thing is, it was actually harder for me to quit video games than it was to quit porn. I quit porn like that. It was quite easy for me to actually quit porn because I knew how much of a drastic impact it was having on my mental health. But I didn't really feel like video games were that detrimental until I actually stopped them completely. And I've never been like a nerdy video gamer. I've never played League of Legends. I don't really even know what that is. I've never really played like Minecraft and all these extremely, gamer type games. I was just playing FIFA, bro. I was playing Seasons, which is basically you go head to head with someone online. You pick a team, they pick a team, and you go head to head. And I was extremely competitive. This is why I love playing it. I was addicted to it. I just wanted to beat that other player. I just wanted to be better than that other player. And this is what video games do to you, bro. You don't realize this, but they take away from your masculine competitiveness in the real world. They take that away because it's easier for you to sit in front of a screen and put that energy into trying to beat somebody online in a virtual world. But now I'm doing it for real. Now I'm against other self-improvement YouTubers. Now I'm against other YouTube channels. Now I'm actually competitive in the real world because I don't play video games anymore. Video games cannot take that energy away from me. Video games cannot take that competitiveness away from me. I now put that energy into more meaningful things in the real world, which obviously is a lot better. Honestly, bro, I didn't actually cut out video games completely until about 6 months ago. If I'm being honest with you boys, it's been pretty recent. And that's what I want to do on this channel. I want to be open and honest because there's no point me sugarcoating things because that doesn't help you. The only thing that actually helps you is the truth. If you can relate to me more, maybe you still play video games, maybe you are struggling to cut out the video games. All I can say is that you don't realize how much of an impact they are having on you until you stop playing them, until you get rid of video games. Now, all of these things that I've just mentioned obviously don't make a difference in how I look physically apart from the gym. I changed my physique from the gym. So obviously I got a haircut, I cut out that feminine hairstyle. I'm growing some facial hair now as well, which ultimately leads me to looking more masculine, looking more like a GIGACHAD instead of a soy boy. You know, there's a bunch of things you can do to looks max with your facial features. I'll make another video on that. I'm going to make a full looks maxing guide at some point. But in this video, I really just wanted to get across how important your mindset is. Because honestly, bro, the biggest thing, the number one thing, the main thing that took me from looking like that soy boy to where I am now is my mindset. The mindset shift that I had to make. My mindset back then, I had no ambition. I didn't care. Because I got attention from women, because I had a girlfriend at times, I thought I was fine, bro. I thought, you know, I don't need to improve. I don't need to level up. I was just focused on my relationships with girls, bro. I was just focused on bullshit things in life. I didn't really have a purpose. I didn't really have a mission. I had no goals. I really had to just make that change. I really had to just flip that mindset. Start to take my energy away from females. Start to put it more into my purpose, more into what I want to do in the future with my life. You know, within this time frame, obviously I started my YouTube channel, but I also started a TikTok page before this. It was more fitness based to begin with, but I did integrate some self-improvement content into it as well. And again, that's a whole nother video. I don't really want to talk about TikTok right now. The number one priority in my life, my mission, my main goal right now is this YouTube channel. Growing this YouTube channel, helping other men level up in life. Helping other young men go from that soy boy to GIGACHAD transformation. I hope you gained some knowledge and some value from this video. If there's anything that I feel like I left out, I'm obviously going to make more videos like this in the future, explaining, you know, what I've done to level up and how I've got to where I am right now. This won't be the only video that I make on this topic, because there's probably a bunch of things that I've forgotten. There's probably a bunch of things that I've left out. This video, I just really wanted to cover the basics and again, get across to you how important that mindset shift really is. Watch this video right here to help you on your self-improvement journey. Subscribe to the channel, boys. Join a brotherhood of young men leveling up in life. Like the video, drop a comment, share it. I'm making it my mission to help turn boys into men.